Hi, this is P.R. Sundar. Welcome to this special episode. We are going to talk about a particular sector in stock market. The overall market has been very bad, so there is no doubt about it. And since last October, FII started selling into our markets. I think so far they have sold for about 4 lakh crore. That was a staggering amount. And July 1st to till now, already they have sold about 65-70,000 crore. So this backdrop of this huge selling, but markets are still resilient. Markets are not, falling much. Why? Simple. The domestic institutions are supporting the market at every level, and retail people keep on pumping in huge amount of money into mutual funds. So that money is being used to support the market. So that's why the markets have not fallen big. But however, if you look at the overall picture, year to date, maybe other emerging markets were up by 15-16%. Our market is down 7-8%. So we are underperforming the global markets by about 25%. So that is a huge underperformance. And Warren Buffett says, when all other people are greedy, you be fearful. And when all other people are fearful, you be greedy. So why not we use this fall as a buying opportunity into some stocks and not necessarily the overall market. So then what stock to buy? So that's what I thought. So this is one side of the story. Coming back to the other side of the story, when the markets are overall bearish, in this series, FIIs were net short position in index futures 92%. Only 8% they are long. But what happens when everybody is bearish, some good news will come, the market, that will act as a trigger, the markets will shoot up. So you may remember in the second week of May, the Sindoor operation, a war between India and Pakistan broke out. All channels were just, Navy joined the forces and Karachi in fire and this and that. And the markets got so much panic and then everything was sold into. Then suddenly one day morning, the ceasefire news came and the Nifty gap up open around 2%. Then after that continued to rally another 2%. So there was a 4% rally on a single day. So sometimes, when everybody is bearish, so you take the contra view. And another thing is that so far in the last 20-25 years, Indian markets have always aligned with the global markets. But now what is happening? Global markets keep on going higher, Indian markets keep on going lower. At some point of time, that upward correction will come. So that is a simple logic. Now come to the other side. And I always like Tata shares. When I was in Gujarat, my friends used to tell me, Tata shares are known as widow's shares. So let us say there's a lady, husband died, she's a widow. For her, safety is more important than the return. So she needs some business group who is doing business honestly and, making reasonable profit and passing on the dividends, etc. So, those widows prefer Tata Group shares. So, they are considered to be a good, ethical group in India. So, that is one thing. Of course, that was once upon a time. But nowadays, you look at Tata Motors, it can go from 100 rupees to 1000 rupees, again can come down to 100 rupees, again can go to 1000 rupees. Tata Motors has been a very volatile stock. And first, in 2008, so they went and bought JLR, Jaguar and Land Rover. Markets did not like it. The price came to 100 rupees. Then within 1 to 2 years, the JLR was turned around. And once the British people were ruling India, now one Indian company is the largest employer in United Kingdom. Of course, JLR plus there is another company, steel company, I think Chorus. So then JLR turned around. So here the price shot up from 100 rupees to 1000 rupees. But then somehow later their performance was not really very good. Say, for example, you want to buy a luxury car in Japan. People buy Lexus, and Lexus company and Toyota company is the same company. It's only one company. But Toyota is made for middle class people, and then Lexus is a higher end version. So luxury version. So in many countries, for luxury vehicles, they keep a separate brand. But in Tata Motors, you go and buy Tata Indica, a Tata Indigo, a Tata Safari. I'm talking about 10 years before. Everything was looking the same. And there was no brand value. And then Mahindra and Mahindra started doing extremely well. I remember there is one model in Tata called Tata Aria, and which was launched around the same time as Mahindra XUV 500. But now you see on the road, you can see hundreds and hundreds of Mahindra XUVs, whereas Tata Aria is a total failure. So they met with a lot of failures, the model. Then they realized at some point of time, we are losing out. So they started something called Tata 2.0, something like that. They appointed new CEO. So they started coming out with the new designs, and this Tata Punch. There are so many models. It came. So then the fortune started reviving slowly. And then what happened, again, they started introducing the electric vehicles. So these electric vehicles, among the Indian manufacturers, so Tata was the only one, very successful electric vehicles, but although the range is not very big, but it was doing well. So because of that, again, the Tata Motors went to 1,000 rupees. And again, now it is coming down. I think now it is around 500, 600 rupees. So anyway, so these are my stories I wanted to share. But in this episode, I'm not going to talk about Tata Motors. Usually, I do not like the stocks which are highly volatile. But the stock which I'm going to discuss now is a Tata Consultancy. Tata Consultancy is the largest IT company in India. That's number one. And number two, this Tata Consultancy is the cash cow for Tata Group. And about 75% of the shares are being held by promoters. So this company does very well. And then they give a lot of dividends. And then 3/4 of the dividend is going to the promoter entities only. Then they use that money for bailing out other Tata Group companies like Tata Motors and other things. So far, TCS has been doing very well. And at some point of time, last year, its valuation has gone so high, it was trading at 40 PE ratio. So 40 PE ratio was very, very high. And if I'm not wrong, about 1 year before, the share price was around 4,500 rupees. Now from 4,500 rupees, because of the headwinds for the IT sector, and the overall market sentiment also bad, and then stock started falling. Then the results came, so results were not good. Now the price has come to close to 3,000. From 4,500 to 3,000 rupees, stock has fallen 30-35%. Then right now, it is trading around 21-22 PE ratio. From 40 PE ratio, now come to 21-22 PE ratio. So I feel that, if the price comes to below 3,000, it is worth considering investing some money, if not the full capital. And then, slowly, of course, as per SEBI rule, we are not supposed to give any recommendation. This is just not a recommendation, right? You can start buying some quantity, if you wish. And then, if the value becomes more and more cheap, so you can go and buy and average some more. And of course, and I am the guy who always, whenever I invest, I also do the proper hedging for my portfolio. So that's beyond the scope of this video. So that's going to be very difficult for me to explain, and that we do it in our workshop. So we do the proper hedging also. In fact, when the Bank Nifty went to 57,000, everybody said the next target is 60,000. Then I thought, okay, I also thought like that only, because the entire global markets are going higher. So I actually bought, around for 40 lakh rupees, I bought Bank Bs. But unfortunately, the Bank Nifty has fallen from 57,000 to 55,000, a 2,000 point fall. But despite market falling 2,000 point, I did not lose even 1 rupee. So that's because of my perfect hedging. But you do perfect hedging, you may not lose. But when you gain also, you don't gain much. But you will gain some decent profit, but not so much of a gain. So anyway, that's a different topic, hedging. So the altogether different field. So now let us come back to TCS. And these stocks, as I told you, everybody is deserting IT stocks. People come out with all kinds of theories. AI is coming, people are losing. Then Trump tariff is affecting. Trump is threatening American companies not to hire IT people from India and this and that. So everything is very bad. So the worst seems to be over. What more worst thing can come for IT sector? So if you're a long-term investor, you should be having an opportunity like this to buy. Remember when Lehman Brothers collapse came? People are selling as if no tomorrow. But those who bought, they are sitting with a huge profit. Same thing with coronavirus also. But I'm not guaranteeing that TCS will do very well in future. But at least, the margin of safety is very, very high. And this stock is not likely to fall much from here. Of course, if it falls, you can go and buy and average some more. Looking at this Nifty 50 pack and looking at the IT stocks, I find that TCS, is better valued. So the question is that if I say, if the price comes below 3,000, one can consider investing. But if the price does not come below 3,000, what to do? So far, I think the 3,000 was not broken. So today is Wednesday, so I'm shooting this video. So what I did, I was checking the 3,000 put option that was trading around 27 rupees. So I sold 3,000 put option for 27 rupees today. So with a view that if the price goes below 3,000, I will take delivery. If the price is not going below 3,000, that 27 rupees is for me. So what in the stock market they call it as a cash secured put. So I just sold 2 lots. I think the lot size is 175. So 350 quantity I sold, collected 27 rupees. So that's about 8,000, 9,000 rupees I collected. But I set aside enough money that needs about 12 lakh rupees. So 350 share that is trading around 3,000. So that's around 10, 11 lakh. So I have set aside 10, 11 lakh rupees. Okay, I have it in a debt mutual fund. Still that 10, 11 lakh is a debt mutual fund. So that's making interest. So we are making some interest. And if TCS falls below 3,000 by the end of this month, what I will do, I will just offload my debt mutual funds for 11 lakh rupees and I will buy 350 shares in TCS. So like that, you have the money, keep it in debt funds, you gain some interest, then you look for a stock which you want to buy, the level you want to buy, at what level you are comfortable in buying, then go and sell a put option. If the price comes down, you can offload the debt mutual fund and buy. So this is how HNI clients actually think and play in the market. And then once the stock has come into a demat account, and then they will keep selling some call options, what they call it as a covered call. So that maybe we will cover in another session. So let us see, I sold a put option, 3,000 put option for 27 rupees expiring this month. So if it comes below that, I'm prepared to take delivery. If I take delivery, I'll give you some update. So if you're a long-term investor, contra investor, looking for a good value, the PE has come from 40 to around 21, 22. Any P ratio below 20 is considered to be good. So we are hoping this India's underperformance at some point of time, it will stop, markets may recover. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.